Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're getting our hands dirty literally. We're going to deconstruct the very foundation of life on this planet, soil. You might think of it as just dirt, but by the end of this video you'll see it as a complex, living, breathing ecosystem. And understanding this is the key to unlocking the power of regenerative agriculture. So let's dig in. First things first, what is soil actually made of? If you took a scoop of healthy soil, you'd find it's built on four or maybe even five essential pillars. The biggest chunk, about 45%, is made up of minerals. These are the tiny rock particles we call sand, silt, and clay. Think of them as the skeleton of the soil. Sand particles are the largest, like beach balls in a room. They create big spaces, so water and air move through them quickly. Silt particles are smaller, like marbles, and clay particles are microscopic, like dust. The mix of these three determines the soil's texture, which dictates how well it holds water and nutrients. A great way to see this for yourself is the soil shake jar test. Just grab a clear jar with a lid, fill it about halfway with soil from your garden, top it off with water, and shake it like crazy. Then let it sit for a day. You'll see distinct layers form. The heavy sand will settle at the bottom first, followed by the silt, and finally a fine layer of clay on top. It's a perfect visual of your soil's mineral makeup. Now for the second and arguably most important pillar, organic matter. It only makes up about 5% of the soil's volume, but its impact is enormous. This is the good stuff, the decomposing leaves, roots, and compost. It's the lifeblood of the soil, the engine that powers everything else. We'll come back to this magic ingredient in a minute because it deserves its own spotlight. The other half of our soil scoop is just empty space, or what we call pore space. But it's not really empty. In a perfect world, it's filled with about 25% water and 25% air. The water isn't just sitting there. It's a superhighway dissolving nutrients and carrying them directly to plant roots. The air is just as vital, providing the oxygen that roots and countless soil organisms need to breathe. Without both, the underground city would grind to a halt. So we have minerals, organic matter, water, and air. But what about that fifth pillar? It's the life within the soil. The bacteria, the fungi, the earthworms, the microscopic critters. By weight, they're a tiny fraction, but by impact, they are giants. They are the workers, the engineers, the chefs of the soil. They are so crucial that they are interwoven with every other component, especially organic matter. This brings us to soil structure. It's not just about what soil is made of, but how those ingredients are arranged. In healthy soil, the sand, silt, clay, and organic matter don't just sit there. They are glued together by biological activity into little clumps called aggregates. These aggregates look like breadcrumbs or little cottage cheese curds. This crumbly structure is what you want. It creates the perfect network of pores for air and water to move freely, and it gives plant roots an easy path to explore. On the flip side, you have pore structure or compaction. This is when those particles are squished together, forming hard, dense clods. Pore space disappears, water runs off instead of soaking in, and roots struggle to grow. What causes this? Heavy machinery and most commonly conventional tillage. Plowing and tilling are like an earthquake for the soil community, shattering these beautiful aggregates and destroying the soil's architecture. This is a core reason why regenerative farming champions no-till or reduced-till methods. We want to build structure, not destroy it. You can see this for yourself with an aggregate stability test. Take a clump of healthy, aggregated soil from an undisturbed area and a clod of tilled, compacted soil. Gently place each one in a separate glass of water. Watch what happens. The healthy aggregate will likely hold its shape, slowly releasing air bubbles. The compacted clod, however, will often dissolve and collapse into a muddy mess. This simple test shows you which soil can withstand the force of a heavy rain and which one is prone to erosion. Now, let's circle back to the real MVP of healthy soil, organic matter. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. Increasing soil organic matter is the primary goal of almost every regenerative practice. Why? Because it does everything. First, it's a sponge. For every 1% increase in organic matter, the soil can hold thousands of gallons more water per acre. This makes your land more resilient to drought. Second, it's a slow-release natural fertilizer. It stores essential nutrients and releases them as plants need them, reducing or even eliminating the need for synthetic inputs. Third, it's the glue that builds that amazing soil structure we just talked about. And fourth, it's the food source that fuels the entire soil food web. Finally, and this is huge, it's a carbon sink. By building organic matter, we are literally pulling carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and storing it safely in the ground, making regenerative agriculture a powerful tool in mitigating climate change. Cover crops, compost, managed grazing, it's all about feeding the soil to build more of this black gold. And what happens when you feed the soil? You bring the underground city to life. This is the soil food web. It's an incredibly complex network of organisms, a bustling metropolis beneath our feet. It starts with the microscopic decomposers, bacteria and fungi. They break down organic matter, turning it into plant-available nutrients. Special fungi called mycorrhizal fungi form a symbiotic relationship with plant roots, extending their reach and acting like a massive root system extension, bringing in water and nutrients from far and wide. Then you have the predators of this microscopic world, protozoa and nematodes that eat the bacteria and fungi. This is a critical step because when they do this, they excrete the nutrients in a form that plants can easily absorb. It's a perfect nutrient cycling system. Moving up the food chain, you have arthropods like mites and springtails that shred organic matter into smaller pieces, and of course the superstar engineers, earthworms. They tunnel through the soil, aerating it, improving water infiltration, and leaving behind nutrient-rich castings. Every single member of this community has a job, and together they build fertility, suppress plant diseases, and create a resilient, self-sustaining ecosystem. The regenerative farmer isn't just growing a crop. They're cultivating this entire underground workforce. So soil isn't just dirt, it's a dynamic living system of minerals, water, air, and a mind-boggling diversity of life, all held together by the magic of organic matter. By understanding these fundamentals, we can shift our practices from working against nature to working with it. We can stop destroying soil structure with tillage and start building it with roots and life. We can stop depleting organic matter and start regenerating it with cover crops and compost. This is the heart of the regenerative movement, healing our soil to heal our planet. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive today. I hope it gives you a whole new appreciation for the ground beneath your feet. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. What part of the soil story fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep growing.